listening to this incredible English. Where did this come from, my man?
I actually only started learning English when I was 12 years old. I'm MIT.
Wait, what's MIT? I've never heard that.
Made in Taiwan, yo.
I haven't heard the same MIT. Oh my god.
When I was 12, my parents understood the importance of having an international perspective, and English being the number one language in the world. We get a tutor, just helping us with English. Eventually, I transitioned to international school in Taiwan, and then I went to US for college, worked there for a couple of years, and moved back to Taiwan.
It's awesome, man. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the NG 英文 show. My name is John Drummond, or Yang Haoen.
嗨，大家好，欢迎回到 NG 英文，我是 Stephanie。今天的来宾 Hank 是 Greenergize 的创办人，这是一个台湾的健康饮，等等会再跟大家详细介绍。接下来就让我们来欢迎 Hank。
Today I am joined by the incredible Hank. Hank is the founder of Greenergize, which we will jump into later, which is an incredible health and wellness drink here in Taiwan. He is a serial entrepreneur. He is a lifelong learner. He is a super cool dude, and I'm so grateful to meet him. So everyone, please welcome Hank.
Thank you for the kind intro, John.
Bro, I have so much more to say, to be honest, but, I don't want our audience to be like, John, please shut up. Introduce the man. So great to meet you.
Likewise.
We got to meet through our wonderful co-host here, Steph.
Right.
And we got to chatting, and I was just like, dude, you're doing some incredible things here in Taiwan. So without any further ado, could you do a little self-introduction? Who is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Hank?
Well, I'm Hank, and I'm founder of Greenergize. So I've been in the wellness industry for the past 10 years since I got back to Taiwan. And now my passion is to make wellness viral. Yeah.
I love it. What a slogan. Make wellness viral. And I'm so happy you're doing that, man. And we've been talking off air today about what that means to you and what you're doing. And I love it. And I can't wait to kind of share what you're up to. But I was thinking maybe we could start back a little bit and kind of share your story. You've been so interested in the health and wellness space for a long time. What made you so interested in that space?
From experience, learning from like parents and stuff, for me, the quality of life is important. And then seeing that, understood that health should be our number one priority. So
agreed. When
I came back to Taiwan, and then like most of the people, how we understood about health, we started with fitness. So I actually opened up gyms before in Taiwan. And I also had a sports marketing firm, which we do big races like sports event. I actually also have my own brand in that
wow.
We could talk about. Then, but I also realized that it's not all just about the physiques, the movement. What you put into your body is important. So I started that journey and became a rabbit hole 6 years ago. And then that's the reason I created Greenergize.
I love it, man. It's a great phrase right there, rabbit hole. Yeah, when we kind of dive super deep into something, learning new things, our hobbies. And I love that, man. And it's so important. And so now with your new venture, Greenergize, which is kind of a play on energy, energize, and green, right?
Exactly. Love
it. And you're focusing on kind of sourcing as close to a real meal as you can with the vegetables and the nutrients. Is that right?
Exactly.
Cool, man. Can you share a little bit more about that?
So started this journey, I realized that 95% of the supplements on the market has some form of chemicals in there.
Uh-oh.
So if our intention was to be healthy, and then you're taking all these chemicals daily, it doesn't do much difference as taking medicines. So then, so it is very important to me that I create something that is very clean. So what I mean by chemicals is not only that, a lot of things people take are in pills form, capsules. So to make into that, you have to add some form of chemicals to bind it and to make it into a pill. And then the stuff they add into it are synthetic forms of the vitamins and minerals. But, all of these vitamins and minerals are presented in the natural world. Right. So, we should be sourcing that through food. So that's kind of my take on it, that my passion is to bring a health food that is closest to whole foods as possible.
I love how you're saying that in the concept of course, if we can, get it through our food that we're eating every day, right? Yeah. That's the real source. But it's, we talk about growing up, it was like, eat the rainbow. And I'm like, I don't have time to eat the rainbow, and not to mention like the money that might be necessary and the time, to do all that. So we have then transitioned a lot to supplements, and as you said, right, we take that in pill form, we take it in powder form, but a lot of times we can, these different companies, to maybe save on cost and production, they add a lot of fillers, right?
Exactly.
And so your company is focusing on trying to be as close to our natural food source as possible.
Yeah, so basically all our supplements are made 100% from food. So we load freeze dry it to keep the nutrition and content, and then you basically break it down to like the original powder form, and then all you do is you add into water and it becomes like a green smoothie.
Hank 回到台湾之后，他就一直待在健康产业里，而且一待就是10年。那他的热情在于关注健康这件事情，那他希望说可以让这件事情变得流行，或者让它爆红。那他刚刚有提到 viral， 其实在医学上是代表传播性病毒，但如果是用譬喻的方式，那就是代表着疯狂流传或是爆红之类的。那来宾有提到他对于健康产业有兴趣，主要是因为家人，那当然他也是对于他自己的生活品质蛮要求的。他认为我们应该将健康放在生活中的第一优先。像其实很多人对于健康的理解就从健身开始，所以他其实在台湾有开过几间健身房，也同时开了一间运动行销公司，他们主要是办一些运动赛事。那后来他发现其实健康并不是只有体态 physique 的部分，而是吃了什么其实非常重要。那所以他就开始这趟旅程，然后掉进这个无底洞。那他刚刚形容无底洞的方式是用 rabbit hole， 对，就是兔子洞。那这是因为呢，这是从爱丽丝的梦游仙境，那可以代表无底洞或是进入一个截然不同的世界。那像 Greenergize 用的就是 green 绿跟 energize 能量结合的，他们主打使用原型蔬菜，并且打造一个最接近原型的健康能量饮。他会开始这份研究是因为他发现市面上有很多东西都掺杂一些化学成分。那如果我们的原本动机是为了要健康才服用这些补品，但却一直服用有化学成分的商品的话，其实跟服用西药是没有什么差别的。所以他决定做出一个纯净的保健商品。像很多保健食品都是胶囊状的，那其实这需要某种化学成分制成，而且里面的维他命很多成分都是用化学合成的 chemically synthesized。 可是这些维他命明明就是在大自然中就可以取得的，所以我们应该从这些地方去索取才对。所以呢，他们的商品都是从食物索取，然后将他们用冻干的方式让他们保有原本的营养素 nutrients， 那接着就是把它磨成粉，所以之后只要加了水就会变成绿能果昔 smoothie 一样。
So thinking a little bit about kind of the future, you guys are focused on the Taiwan market right now, and what do you think is next for you guys?
Well, I mean, like we just started. For me, business is simply an idea that makes people's life better. So that is the true intention, is to create a product that really fits the market. Obviously, I want to take this, like I said, I want to make this wellness viral. So taking it to other places will be a plan for mine down future. But then it's more important that I really, because this type of idea of nourishing your body through whole foods to a real food is kind of new, holistic wise for the market. So we want to share this concept, and then I don't want to say educate, but then really share what this is about. And then as people are more awakening up to this, and then I feel like, when the time is right, we could be anywhere.
I think thinking about my own journey, right, it started with the aesthetics. Like I wanted to look healthier, I wanted to kind of feel healthier, but then you realize, as you said at the beginning of the interview, what am I putting in my body? What am I reading? What am I watching? What am I eating? What am I drinking? And once you become kind of conscious of that, I'm like, wow, I was getting a lot of sugar, right? And I probably didn't need half of that sugar, probably 3, well, even more. And so was that, that kind of process of understanding what I was putting in my body, is that a similar origin story you have had for your own development?
Yes, exactly. It's funny how you mention it, because I think we all started with the aesthetic part that, we want to look good and feel good. So I've always been to sports, and then that's why when I came back to Taiwan, I went into the gym business, sports marketing firm. I have a pretty good physique, if I may say so myself.
Handsome guy.
But I don't actually feel like I'm getting the type of energy I want, and I have an upset stomach. I don't feel I get breakouts. taking a deeper look into it, I realized it's coming from diet, especially modern day diet, where we have highly processed food, sugar, fried stuff, alcohol. Those are all very acidic food, right? And then 90% of the population actually lacks fiber in their life. Fiber comes from fruits and vegetables, and then those are also alkalized food that could help your body's inflammation. So you can see it ties into a whole circle. So then I realized that, so I started going fanatic about food. And then I started making smoothies every day, and then that's the start of Greenergize.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and you know that concept, a word here for everyone, inflammation, which you just said. Yeah, you know, we're eating so many processed things, it's causing our body to become inflamed. And so the fiber from those fruits and vegetables, does that kind of help dissipate the inflammation, help kind of keep that more in check? Is that the idea?
Yes, fiber is one of the reasons that will help your body with the inflammation, but also the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, all those stuff that comes together for your body to have a better space for it to take, to do the right things. Or else a lot of the food that we eat are put into our body have calories. It can sustain you, but it doesn't have the nourishment to keep you healthy. Hence, your body is getting out of sync.
Yeah, and I think a fun English word here, English phrase we can break down is, do you mind helping share with our audience what is an empty calorie? We kind of talked about during COVID, a lot of people are just eating random stuff. They think they're getting a ton of nutrients, but it might be creating something called an empty calorie. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yes, so there's actually a term that the WHO coined that's called hidden hunger. So that ties into your idea of empty calories. So we have enough food in the world to keep everyone fed, but a lot of the food are highly processed. They're processed food. So what that means is it has calorie content. It has the energy to keep you alive, but it doesn't have the right nourishment to keep you healthy. So a lot of the food we eat today are like that. So that to coin a Chinese term, 垃圾食物, those are exactly what empty calories mean. It's called 食物, but then it has no nutritional content in it. So, and then eating a lot of it actually does more harm to your body because all the processed food, it has all this chemical agent that to keep it fresh. There's a study that someone left a McDonald's burger in their coat for like 2 or 3 years.
I saw this.
And nothing, it's still the same. Think about it. If it's food, it's gonna decay, it's gonna go bad and stuff, but how in the world does it keep the same? So if you understand that concept, then you understand that it has to be a lot of stuff has to be put in there to keep it not fresh, but then the way it is. So.
Yeah, no doubt. And maybe do you think, not casting any judgment to anyone here, but maybe off the top of your mind, can you help our audience understand maybe what are some highly processed foods that we maybe eat every day in Taiwan?
Okay, so this is a very simple concept I always share with people. Eat food and not processed food, right? So what is food? We call food 食物. It's stuff that is grown from the farm, from the ground. Those are food. What's processed food? 食品, anything made from factory. And then if you can just eat food and not processed food, you'll be healthy enough to have the quality of life you want.
So no instant noodles, you're telling me?
Exactly. It's made from factory, so that's not food. But, once in a while, hey, happiness factor is important.
Yes,
when I say
agree.
this, people think that I'm some kind of health fanatic. No, I do this so just I can enjoy my life. So on the weekends, if we want to go out for a drink, enjoy some nice dessert, I could do that because I take care of my body. And then that's the right concept we should be pushing to people,
Yeah, I love that. A phrase we love to say is metabolic flexibility right there.
Right.
If you do, drink a little alcohol or you have a cup of noodles, you're not going to be destroyed. But
Exactly.
if you live your life on a cup of noodle for years, it could be very detrimental. So yeah, no judgment here, just sharing new knowledge.
Exactly.
Love it, man.
至于未来的规划，来宾是希望可以将这种健康概念带给更多的人，所以带到其他国家这件事情是一定会在未来的规划当中。但是因为他们的商品整体来说，其实在市场上的概念算是很新的，所以他需要分享给更多人，让大家理解，那这样他才能推广到更多地方去。 那 Hank 也有提到，一开始他会接触健康啊、健身这些，当然就是因为好看嘛，美学 aesthetics。但是就算他现在体态很好了，却一直没有达到他想要的经历。他其实当时常常肚子痛，脸上爆痘 breakouts。那后来他去深入探讨之后，才发现是饮食上的问题。尤其是现在的食物很多都是有像什么糖啊，或是炸的酒类，这些都是非常酸性的 acidic。而且 90% 的人口都在生活中缺少纤维 fiber。 那大家都知道纤维都来自于水果以及青菜，而这些食物都是能够帮助抑制身体发炎 inflammation。 那他知道之后就开始对食物有一种狂热 fanatic， 也因此创造了 greenergize。 因为很多时候我们吃的东西的卡路里未必是对身体好的，有营养素或是矿物质维他命之类的，所以身体就不会正常运作。那像刚刚 John 有提到 empty calories 其实就是所谓的没有营养价值的东西，也就是所谓大家俗称的垃圾食物。其实它给大家很好的一个就判别方式，食物就是要用耕耘的，食品就是从工厂出来的，所以你只要吃的是食物居多，你的身体就会健康非常多。当然并不是要逼迫大家只能吃食物，因为其实开心也很重要啊，所以只要大多数的时间是吃的健康的就好了。那如果你周末想要去喝酒或者吃个泡面，那当然不是问题。
You know, you've gone through starting gyms, you've done sports marketing. I think you were telling me off air, you've taken a different approach to Greenergize where you want to know the whole process. You want to source everything, you want to do all the marketing, all the building, all the sales. Can you take us through that? That's so cool, man.
Cool. Yeah. So it started as a passion project because I was in need of this. So then I realized that it's very hard for people to make smoothies every day like I did. So then I wanted to make it a product that could be shared with people. So I started sourcing it, and then I did I made the website, all that, because I want to make sure that I know all of this before I could. So when I actually have a team, I can know what I want from them, you know. So that's important to me. But at this point, you know, we have grown to a point that if I continue to do this, it would be a bottleneck to the company because I have limited time and energy that I must start to delegate. So it's different stages in a startup journey, and then now we're at that second stage. So
love it, man. And yeah, you know, understanding the whole process, what every future employee will go through, you know, you'll know how to handle it with them, and you know, you're setting up those systems to scale, and I love that. Well, I wish you guys nothing but success, and I can't wait to hear more about what you guys are up to, and hopefully can expand all over the world because you're the man.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
Yeah,
John.
dude.
他开始这个计划主要是因为他自己有这样的需求，因为他发现不太可能每一天都要自己打一杯绿果昔，他就想要把它做成一个商品，所以他就开始去找原料，然后自己架网站，因为他觉得其实自己应该要懂这些怎么做，日后他带团队的时候才知道怎么跟他们沟通。但是根据现在的规模，他必须得停止做这件事情，因为他们公司会遇到一个瓶颈，就是他得需要去当一个代表，而不是单纯的执行了。
Well, do you mind if we shift gears a little bit, Hank, to kind of the story of your life?
Sure.
I love to kind of share, you know, you're listening to this incredible English. Where did this come from, my man?
It's kind of funny because I actually only started learning English when I was 12 years old. I'm MIT, fully grown, raised in Taiwan. But then my parents realized that, oh, you also need international.
Wait, what's MIT? I've never heard that.
Made in Taiwan, yo.
I haven't heard the same MIT. Oh my gosh.
Really?
I love that. Yeah.
Well,
maybe I have now, but
okay,
yeah.
Exactly. So, you know.
Made in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, and then at about when I was 12, my parents understood the importance of having an international perspective, and English being a very the number one language in the world, they want me to get familiar with it. So that's when I started learning English, and then I learned it through a very traditional method, like most of the people in Taiwan does, is we get a tutor and then to start helping us with English, and through that I was preparing myself to go to international school in Taiwan. So that happened, and then eventually I transitioned to international school in Taiwan, and then I went to US for college, worked there for a couple of years, and moved back to Taiwan.
It's awesome, man. Yeah, and I love that, the MIT, made in Taiwan, and look at you now. And so during that whole kind of transition period, were you aware of the importance, or did you just kind of trust the process, or did your parents kind of help instill that in you?
I feel like, growing up, because we're so familiar with what the Western world has, like given us, we're used to seeing, through whether it's NBA or whatnot, you're seeing those Western kind of culture influence. So it's very natural for us to want to learn so you could connect with that culture. So if language was a barrier, that would be harder for me to do it. And it was cooler to, be accepted into the Western culture kind of thing. So for me, it's the interest in that helped my learning in English, I feel like.
Yeah, I love that. And it's a great way. Any language we're trying to kind of learn, you can find that new acceptance and new culture and understanding of different perspectives too, which I love. So thinking about your journey, do you remember any kind of tips and advice that you could share with our audience?
This is what I'm seeing. I feel like a lot of Chinese people do have the ability to learn, and they do understand the English very well. If you're having conversation with it, they actually can understand. But one of the challenge, I don't like to say problem, is that they're afraid to speak up. They're afraid to really interact with it. In order to get good at something, you must use it. You must not be afraid to use it, and that's how you practice. That's how you get better. So my only advice is, use your language, find the right people to interact with, and you have to create the type of environment that allow you to do that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And it's you're so right. I mean, I think about all the interactions I have during the day. I'm doing my best, of course, to speak in Chinese, but when we can share a little English, I'm always so encouraged, to see they're like, oh yeah, we can speak, it's all good. But just kind of getting over that fear, right?
Exactly.
Getting over that little fear of like, I don't want to say anything wrong. But no, man, foreigners don't care about any of that.
Exactly.
Everyone just wants to understand each other.
Hank 是到了12岁才开始学英文的，他是土生土长的台湾人哦，俗称 MIT Made in Taiwan。那来宾的父母是发现国际视野的重要性，而且英文又是全球最通用的语言，所以他们就请了家教。那后来他们其实也让他去读国际学校，也毕业后让他去美国读大学。那他觉得帮助他学习英文的转捩点，就是因为其实我们平常有很多西方文化的影响，例如 MBA。那他觉得要为了更加贴近这个文化，所以英文成了很重要的关键。他会给正在学习英文人的建议，就是要多开口说，因为他发现其实很多台湾人都听得懂，但要他们说英文的话却成了一个挑战 challenge。他也觉得要创造那样子的环境给自己，多使用才会进步。
A question I love to end with is, if you could go back and talk to a younger Hank, would there be any advice you give yourself about entrepreneurship, business, life, language, anything?
Very interesting question. Well, I'll break into two parts. First, with the language. Then again, what I was saying, I wish I was more open to being other environment that allow me to meet different people to allow this process to be even better. I realize that I still, everyone does this. We like to stay within our comfort zone. And then sometimes what you're comfortable is speaking my original language, So, if I were to open myself up more, I feel like that could even fast track my process of learning the language. And speaking about business, it's hard because, if I'm using what I know now and putting back to before, I still wouldn't get it. And then some mistakes in life you must make in order to become who you are today. Obviously, I know, but if I were to fix a mistake, I might never learn the lessons. So I'm actually grateful for where I am today. But if anything I could tell myself is just be patient. You're doing the right thing. You're getting the right people to support you, the right environment, the right mindset. Take your time with it. Life is an adventure. It's more about on the journey, not the destination. So,
Ooh, love that, my man. Yes, it's the journey, not the destination. And if we can enjoy the process, I mean, that's all that matters, in my opinion.
来宾会给年轻人自己建议，就是要多尝试去认识不同的人，并且多使用英文，别一直待在舒适圈。那在商业上的话，他觉得这是一件非常困难的事情，因为就算他把现在所知道的给年轻的自己，他或许还是无法理解。那他认为生活中有时候就需要犯一点错误，并且从中学习，才会成为现在的你。那所以他觉得他应该只会跟自己说，要有点耐心，那知道自己在做对的事情，有对的人支持的话，就慢慢享受过程。因为人生就是一场冒险 adventure。 那该在乎的是过程，而不是终点 destination。那我们就谢谢今天的来宾 Hank。
Very cool, man. Well, where can people find you on social media? Where can they find Greenergize online if they want to support you?
Okay, cool. My personal, I'm on Instagram, so my personal Instagram is Chow Hank. That's CHOWHANK. And for Greenergize is Greenergizing, so it's green, GREENERGIZING.
Greenergizing.
Yes.
Okay. Wait, is that the...
That our name is Greenergize,
Okay.
but then
I was like, wait, have I been saying it wrong?
our social is Greenergizing because we want you to be taking
Whoa! Yes, Greenergizing.
Yes.
The verb, right?
Yes.
There it is. Love it, man. Well, thank you for joining us on the NG English show. Mr. Chow, you're the man. I can't wait to see all the incredible things you continue to do. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us for the NG English show. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along with Hank and myself wherever you can find us. And go support this man. He's making some incredible things. All right, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Peace. All right. Well, that is our NG English show for today. We hope everyone enjoyed listening to that. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Spotify. You can search NG Ingwen, or you can search on IG NG English ICRT. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday morning from 6:30 to 7 and Wednesday night from 9 to 9:30. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.